Hey there, Sweet Spot listeners. Welcome to Take Action Tuesday here on the Sweet Spot. I'm Dr. Sweet. I'm your host. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a board-certified psychiatrist, and I love high performance and I love sports psychiatry. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about, some of the principles we use when we work with elite athletes or high performers. Yesterday, we talked about getting started. Remember, it was Making Moves Monday yesterday. So now you're in Take Action Tuesday. And today we're diving into what keeps us from actually doing the things, taking the action we need to take, and doing the things we need to do. You know, that gap between I should and I did. Sometimes there's a gap between these two things and we don't get things done. So what's the culprit? Often it's something called analysis paralysis. Ever felt like you're drowning in information? Too many options, too many what ifs, too many choices, looking left and looking right, and there's always like an option. It's like going into an ice cream store and they're like 100 flavors. How am I ever going to make a choice, right? Your brain gets overloaded with information, and then guess what? It freezes. It's an evolutionary thing. We just freeze. And what happens, it becomes easier to just keep wondering and thinking and trying to research and plan and run through all the algorithms of what could and might not happen. And what if I choose this flavor because I might miss out on that flavor? And it feels very productive when we're doing all this planning and trying to get something done. But what it really is a very, very sneaky and fancy form of procrastination. So we have to be careful with that, where we're so busy planning and deciding and researching and trying to get it done that we're actually doing nothing, confusing activity for progress. And then there's this other thing called confirmation bias, right? So we talked about analysis paralysis, but then let's add in confirmation bias. So what is that? Confirmation bias is basically finding information that confirms what you already believe. So if you secretly are afraid of like falling, for example, you're going to find a ton of reasons and evidence to support the fear that's going to keep you from not taking an action. You'll never try because you don't want to fall. Like if you're afraid of failing or you're afraid of messing up, you will find the brain is just like that. It uses confirmation bias to say, well, if you do this, that will happen and you will end up messing up. So it's like your brain is building a case against you when it uses confirmation bias. So here's the good news though. We can break this cycle. First, let's talk about using something called D2. And I call D2 decision deadlines. You've got to set a D2 limit, a decision deadline limit. Set a time limit for making decisions. Seriously, say this: I'll decide by 3 p.m. You're almost like a CEO talking to yourself. I'll decide this by 3 p.m. Boom. At 3 p.m., there's no more need to research. No more need to pontificate. At 3 p.m., you make the decision. This kind of attitude and this kind of approach forces you to commit and move forward. It's like giving your brain a little push. And here's something else. Learn to trust your intuition. We talk more about this on Trust Yourself Thursday, but I want to jump on this right now. Another reason we don't take action is that we don't trust our own intuition. Your gut feeling, you've got to trust that. You've got more information stored in your subconscious mind, say the researchers, than you know. And our intuition is a kind of a pattern recognition monitor. So I want you to try this exercise when you have to make a decision and you're feeling like you don't know what to do and you're not sure. Set a timer for 30 seconds, close your eyes, and ask yourself, what do I already know about this situation? What does my gut tell me? What does my intuition say? What is the Spirit? What is the Holy Spirit telling me? Then make the decision. Stop overthinking and start trusting yourself. Guaranteed way to take action. So remember that Chinese proverb, the best time to plant a tree was when? 20 years ago. And the second best time to plant a tree is now. So stop waiting for the perfect conditions. They just don't exist. They never really come together. Take action now. It's Take Action Tuesday, so you have to take action today, now. Even if it's imperfect, it's better to have tried and learned than to have never tried at all. Remember what my wife Darcel taught me in medical school. I talked about this last week. Done is better than perfect. I'll repeat. Done is better than perfect. So, okay, today I want you to set a decision deadline. All right, a D2. I want you to start trusting your intuition. I want you to say to yourself, done is better than perfect. And I want you to stop the information overload and start taking those steps. You've got this. You've definitely got this. It's an attitude thing. It's a mindset. It's a way of being. It is Take Action Tuesday, and you're not backing down. All right, now, this is Dr. Sweet. You're listening to The Sweet Spot, where we synthesize science and soul. I hope you found this helpful. Go take some action. Then I'll see you tomorrow. You know what tomorrow is, right? It's Wednesday. Not just any Wednesday, my friend. It is Win It All Wednesday. And we're killing it this week. We're going in this week. All right. Keep it real, keep it moving, and keep it sweet. Okay, take care. And oh yes, feel free to join me. Join me on Twitter. Join me on Instagram. Join me on LinkedIn or YouTube for more. Be blessed.